Well, this is a half chance, and that's all he's getting so far in this match, isn't it? Half chances. It helps the green being where it is, because wherever the cue ball finishes, he can be on the green. So play this as a shot to nothing. Cue ball will be going very near the brown. Just a case where the brown gets in the way. Well, the jaws have got in the way. Now, surely he's on the green. He can't be snookered by the blue. No, he's on the green. Not a good
back in the frame. If Neil Robertson had got the next chance and scored 20 or 30, that would have been the end of it.
Four.
Well, he's on this red, but you can clearly see from the angle he has, he can't do anything but cannon into the pink. It may be worth screwing back to the cushion for the black, then he can move some reds into play. And he wasn't able to screw it. He's got to play with a lot of check side here. The red, there's 3 reds on the left. The top one of those 3 will pot. He'd have liked to get on it to move.
Well, he should be on that red. He played that really well
12.
indeed.
He's got to be high on this next black. I'd rather be too high. You'd rather leave it half ball than not get high. Now you have the choice. You see, you can play the cannon into the red, or you can just drop on one. That's the choice. Decided to drop on one once again. Same scenario, get high on the black.
20.
Because he potted it thick, that's the reason the cue ball has finished low. If he pots it in the middle of the pocket, can't go in and out of balk, so he can just roll it in, and then he's got to decide whether to play the red on the cushion or not. If it's tight, it's worth playing, John, on these tables.
Yeah, I fancy these shots. I quite like these. A little bit of run inside. In this case, a little bit of right hand side.
28.
Cushion and ball together. Hopefully it should hug the rail. Okay, they're not gimmies by a long stretch, but
whether the safety shot's the better shot. I think you can get the white in behind the brown.
Pinchon way. 28.
Well, I must confess, I'm very surprised there's a bit of run inside, but we all see the game differently.
Well, the good safety nearly paid dividends, but Neil's played an excellent white. Now there's a problem for Ding. How does he cover the red up that's an open play?
Well, the only way is to stick the cue ball back, virtually where it is now. So this is a tough shot.
Foul. Neil Robertson.
Oh, you can see him mumbling him to himself there, because he knows he missed a chance there a couple of moments ago. Neil Robertson's some 14 points in front, so he's going to need 3 reds. The way he pots, I wouldn't blame him just getting into the 2 reds, but you know, not necessarily John, but I'd fancy him playing the cannon. He needs those reds. He's not going to miss the pot. Somebody of his class. And he has played the cannon. Has he had a result? Not quite.
1. Robertson 1.
The risk was worth taking there, because if the red goes in, he's on the pink. If it doesn't, he's got a good safety. Beam. It's probably equivalent to a 40-point lead, John, isn't it, with 6 or 7 reds left?
Yeah, he's going to have to be careful here. Cue ball's going to have to go back down and cover this red. There was always going to be a cannon there, couldn't avoid it.
If he could get his hand on the table, he'd play one red onto the other, but he can't risk doing that because he could miss the cannon, so obviously playing cushion first. He'll definitely pot the red, but he'd love to play the other red onto it, but it's too near the cushion to guarantee that happening, so round the back is his choice.
And you don't play for black here, you know?
No, it's hard, isn't it? You could finish up on the pink spot if you play for the black and hit it thin. But if it's thick, you can get on the black. It's all about that red, and with him being right-handed, that's not a real problem. Look how purposely he played this thick to try and hold for the black. Excellent shot. In context of the match, this is massive for Ding Junhui supporters.
8.
Play to flick the other red out now.
I think it's far enough off the cushion not to do it, John. I think he play the half ball black and then decide what to do.
9.
Gets a nice angle, drop behind it. If he doesn't, play to move it. Whenever playing this shot, it's always best to play it 2 cushions rather than the 1, because if you hit the red 2 cushions, you're pushing it towards a pocket, and if you miss the red 2 cushions, you're on it in the corner. So he's played that nicely. If he'd have played it badly and just flicked it, it'd push it over the middle. So you're playing 2 shots in 1 when you play a shot like that.
16.
And the fact that he's so close to it, can play it nice and slow, give the pocket every chance. Needs to get that cue ball on and off the cushion. So he's purposely played a little bit harder to get the angle on the black, and he's got it nicely. Unfortunately for Ding, the pink's in the way. And what I mean to say, if he gets a nice get on that green.
Yes, I think the thing with this shot, though, is to get the cue ball as close to that side cushion as possible. If you wanted to play it that way, get it so it's nearly touching it, so you'll have an angle, but he's come too far. Might have to play a double.
Green. And also it's a decent safety shot as well. Well, he's planning to get on the green. What a good try. He's on it, 26. But can he play these? I think not. That was the shot a few shots ago where Neil put the green out of play. How important was that now? It's given him another chance.
Ding Junhui, 26.
Yeah, it's a good example of match play snooker, that. You know, never waste a shot. If there's something you can do to improve your chances of winning a frame, take that opportunity. It's good thinking from Neil.
Can't play it better than that. This is one of those where you have to play loads of topspin on this green. That's the only way you can keep the white at this end.
I think Neil was a bit bemused he didn't hit the black, actually. He thought he was going to play the green onto the black there, but it's still fine.
Just look how fine he hit this. Amazing. So hit it just off full ball, topspin. The cue ball will arc, the green will go up towards the brown. Or is it too thin? Still okay, but is it too thin? Needed to play it a bit harder than that. The pot, he's going to have to kind of float it in to miss the in-off. You can't run it in, that's one thing you can't do. So he'd like to play this pacey, but it's all about missing the in-off if he does. Just couldn't stun it, could he, because that enough. So it's a shot he doesn't like to play. He'd rather play with stun Neil at pots at length.
What a great shot that was. Really well played.
7.
That was a lot more difficult than it looked.
Well, Robertson's made breaks of 1, 2, 4, 48 and 37 to go 2-0 in front.
12.
丁俊晖highest break in this frame has been 28, but it's the same equation. He was going to win the frame. A really hard frame, and I think in some ways a must for Ding to win it is done just that. He leaves you the auditorium.